Hello everybody and welcome back to Combe Valley Campers. Today we're going to be talking about ply panels for the interior of your camper van and how to fit them using various clips. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to our sponsors, Howden's Modified Van Insurance. That's right, A-Plan are now Howden's. They still do exactly the same in that they will insure your van from the time you buy it until you completely convert it into a camper van and beyond. And if you want an exclusive rate on your next policy, please mention Combe Valley Campers and they will sort you out. So today we're going to have some major changes to the van. A lot of the stuff we've done so far, including the sound deadening, for example, is stuff you are never going to see. So the bits and pieces we are doing today, which is fitting the ply panels to the van, is going to actually start being a noticeable difference to your build and ours. What we've got in front of us is just one of the 3.6mm ply panels, which are basically designed and made to be covered in a lining material or a carpet lining to then fit into your van, and that is going to give you a great basis for you to do the carpet lining, fit your interior and everything else moving forward. So whether you own a long wheelbase, high top crafter sprinter type van, a VW Caddy type size van, or a medium sized van such as this VW Transporter behind us, you are going to need some form of wall covering. In this instance, we are going to use a pre-cut a CNC pre-cut ply, and it's got all of these fixings and fastening points in it already. You need a wall covering really because it hides away the sound deadening and insulation materials, your wiring, and it gives you a structure to build from, or if you're building interior within your van, you want to profile your interior against, such as wall covering. And it's just a very easy way to make your van look a lot neater. And it's a bit that you're very excited to do. You've never done it.
No.
What do you want to know? I mean, we sell these all the time. Yes. So you know that there is a 3.6mm ply.
Yes, or 6.
Or a 6mm ply that we sell, for example.
Or 12.
12's for the floor,
yeah.
Generally. 12's a bit too thick for the walls. For a camper conversion such as this, we would recommend a 3.6mm ply because it's just serving its purpose as a wall covering. Whereas if you've got a trade vehicle and the van is going to suffer a bit more rough and tumble, a 6mm ply is more suited. So yeah, the 6mm ply, nice and bendy and flexy. It's finished to a point that it's going to be covered. So all of the holes and edges aren't absolutely immaculate, but in reality, we are going to be covering this with a lining carpet and then poking fixings through. And I think that's what we should talk about next, is the fastenings and fixings, right? Mm-hmm. Super. So we did an early video in the YouTube channel about how to prepare your van for ply, and we used one of these kits, but it was for a T4, and we actually screwed those panels into place. Now that is possible. Mm-hmm. You can pre-drill your own holes and then countersink screws into it. But what we found for speed, efficiency, and for the ease of removal, if you ever need to remove those ply panels in the future, is using a plastic clip. Now we've got two different types in front of us. We have this push fit clip, which works in a similar way to a factory clip that you saw Domi removing in one of the first videos. You've got the clips that you can get the trim tool under, pull the center out. You remember those?
Yes.
We just bin those because, well, you can use the factory clip with a 3.6mm ply panel with carpet, but we have found that a longer clip serves a better purpose, okay? And these are used on the side panels and the ceiling panels, okay? You can use this clip in all the different colors you see available, and they literally go through the panel, through the metalwork, and then you push the center, and then that's in there. Now that seems loose now, which it is, but it's not through its second layer of metal yet. The moment that's into a layer of metal, that won't come out, and it won't be floppy like that.
Okay.
The other clip that we choose to use is what is called an invisible clip. And I'll show you the difference now. Let's just move this carpet for a second. So you've got a couple of options. When you're carpeting your ply panel, for example, and we will do that in the next video, you will carpet your panel like so, and then you push the clip through it. Where is it? There it is, somewhere like there. You'll push the clip through it, and then you'll see the clip is visible once the panel is attached. With the invisible clip, which we would recommend only using with 3.6mm ply, because you can see the thickness of this clip will only work with a 3.6mm ply. This is known as an invisible clip because it literally screws into the panel like that. It has this barbed fastening on the back here. That pops into the metalwork, and to remove it, you just need to get a trim removal tool and pop that off. And what that means is when you go to carpet your ply panel, from the front or the facing side, that clip, that fastening clip is completely invisible. You will never know it's there. And that's about it really. So whether you order a mid-grey, anthracite, wheat coloured carpet, silver or black, there is a matching trim clip to go with it. If you want to have a complete seamless finish, I would recommend you buy these clips here, and they will pop into all of these panels. Today we're going to show you just how easy it is to attach the panel with both fastenings. In fact, you're going to do it. All right, and what we're going to do is just put all the panels in place, just so you can see them and just see how they're fastened. So I think without further ado, let's get that done.
Yep.
So we just turned the cameras off to move into the van to start fitting panels, and Domi said, how do those clips work? I don't quite understand. So let's just cover this point now. I'm not going to carpet the whole panel. I'm going to carpet just this edge that covers these two holes, and then I will explain how the invisible clip works versus one of these push fit clips, okay? You have to first of all know which side is going to be facing towards the inside of the van. And in this case, it's this side. So I want to carpet this side of the panel. Before I make a panel that has invisible clips, or before I carpet a panel that has invisible clips, I always fit the clips first. I just find it easier that way. So I attach the invisible clip from the back, and it's just simply like a 360 twist. You put this section into the hole first, and then you twist. It's like little Pac-Man, yes. Isn't it? Yeah. And that's it. So I do that. If I'm fitting this whole panel with invisible clips, I fit those all the way around. Then I attach my carpet. And notice this is just for the invisible clip. I'll show you how to fit these in the same manner. So I'm going to lay my carpet on. All right, and then from the back, you can see where that clip is. Okay, so this is the back of the panel still. I'm just going to cut that a bit shorter. And what I'm going to do, blunt blade. What I'm going to do then, you can either use scissors or a knife to cut out sections where you don't want the carpet to be. And in this case, we don't want the carpet to wrap over that clip. Or here, we don't want the carpet to wrap over where the hole's going to be, okay? Yeah. Now, when you are carpeting panels, it's a bit of a tedious job, but it makes for a better finish. So I'm now going to carpet that side like that. I'm going to wrap the carpet round. And again, this is just for demo purposes.
I've seen Ross do that.
You've seen Ross do this? Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's what we've done. So there's two reasons why I don't like carpeting around the fixing hole. Is one, because in some cases, if you are using a 6mm ply, the thickness of carpet, the 6mm ply panel, and then a layer of carpet in the back can make it difficult to fit these in, okay? So now we have, you can see on the facing side, you can't see where the clip was. No. And when you pop it into a carpeted van, it makes for a nice seamless finish. Okay. To prepare the panel once it's carpeted to fit these clips, all you've got to do is find out where your hole is, which in this case is there. And all I'm going to do is do a crisscross. 1, 2. into where the hole was, right? You've got to do that all the way around for all the panels, and then when you come to fit it to the van, that's it. You just put the hole in.
Brilliant.
And that's it. So that's all you need to do to fasten the panels. So you can see the difference between no clip and a clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people prefer this look, some people prefer the other look. But what we'll do, we'll fix one panel on here with just invisible clips, and you can see how it fits, and then we'll fix one panel with these clips, and then you can see how easy it is to take off. In reality, they're easier to take off with invisible clips, because you literally just pry them off all the way around. With these, you've got to individually hook them out. And I prefer the finish of the invisible clips anyway.
I think I do as well.
Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing to ours. So, but this is a ply panel video. That's what we're going to be concentrating on, is the ply. I think what we'll do, we'll go round to the back door, or we can do it from the inside actually. We can go round to the back door, and then we can fasten this panel with using one invisible clip, one fixed, and then we'll probably just use fixed clips all the way around. Then we can attach, say, this middle panel here behind us with just invisible clips. We'll put the rest in, and then you can see how it all looks fully carpeted, fully ply paneled. Okay, I hope that's clearer now. The first conundrum we have found with fitting ply panels into this nearly new T6.1 is that Volkswagen really cut corners. If you remember to a previous video, it didn't have any sound deadening in it from factory. What they've also stopped doing, from what we can tell, is actually fitting all of the holes, or punching all of the holes out for you to fit ply panels, which is bizarre. What they have done is left the holes on one of the layers of metal here that you can drill through, but along this middle section and across the top, there are no holes. So we'll get into that. Right, so what I'm going to do is use the holes I can use to line up the panel. And in this case, the holes I can use are across the bottom over this wheel arch. One, two, and three. And then I can check on the sides that all of these holes line up here, which they do. I line them up nicely, and I'm going to mark with a Sharpie the center of each of the holes I require to be drilled. So we know all of these down this side need to be drilled. Yeah, all of those need to be drilled. Got center, 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 and then we'll just go round each of these. Pop out those, and we can go ahead and drill out those. I'm going to get a small drill bit first to pilot the hole, then I can follow up with an 8, because if you look at the existing holes, they are an 8, it's 8.5 really, so I might even chuck a 9 in there, so it gives me a bit of leeway, a bit of wiggle room. And I'll go ahead, drill all those fixings, and then we can attach that panel. I promise you the rest of them are really simple, and it's only on these newer T6s that we don't have the holes available to us. So all of the holes, unexpected undrilled holes, are now drilled.
Yes.
And what we're doing now is just going to loosely hold up the panel. So I've gone for center. Now this panel is quite important because it's got a curve to it. All right, so as long as you get the center in, everything else should line up. And what we're going to do is use one of the drill bits we used just earlier, just to sort of line up the panel so we know all of our holes will fit. And then we're just going to slowly go round.
I think that's quite important as well, because we do get sometimes phone calls saying that, oh, my panels do not line up. When they actually do line up, you just need to prep them, don't you?
So a dry fit is always very good when it comes to interior panels, because, you know, say if you were paying to have a door card professionally upholstered, and we've had this before, we've sold a door card kit and someone's gone, the door card doesn't fit or the holes don't line up. What they didn't do was test fit the panel first. They just handed a panel directly to the upholsterers. So you can see we're going around. These are all our brand new holes we've drilled already. And I'm not actually pressing down any of those clips at all. And some of them might need a wiggle. In some cases, in some vans, you might find that you need to enlarge the wooden holes. Now that's fine because, in fact, that one's going to be a bit of a pickle. There you go. Because I've now just put in my own holes, I've just had to run that drill through again, just enlarge that hole a little bit, and that's gone straight through. And you can't even tell because we've just covered it up. And it's going to be the same with the invisible clips as well. Let's do a dry fit of it first before you go ahead. There you go. It's literally taking mils off the hole in the ply panel, and we're having to do that because I have made new holes basically. I'll do the same for all of the others, and then we'll go ahead to a factory fitted panel that we know the holes line up on. There we go. A little bit of adjustment here and there. Job's good. So they are accurate CNC panels. In this case, because I've had to drill my own holes, they might be slightly off for some reason or another. But once they are carpeted, lined, whatever you want, even if you just chose to varnish this, you can't tell where I've made any adjustments because the head of that fastening has covered it up anyway. So there we go. One panel fitted. Now, if you don't have the dexterity in your hands, and I understand if you don't, to push all these clips in, a rubber mallet to push them in is perfectly suitable. In some cases, you might need a rubber mallet because the holes are tight in the metalwork. But there you go, that's one panel down. Now, what you will notice on this side, there is no panel behind it. Now that can be left, bearing in mind most camper vans have an interior here anyway. Push up against that panel and that'll never move. If you want to hold this panel down, I would suggest you find a right angled piece of metal or aluminium and attach it via rivets into this panel here. So locate where this hole's going to be versus your metalwork. Behind this woodwork, locate a right angled bracket behind this hole, rivet it or screw it into this piece of metalwork, what is the ABC pillar, and then as long as your right angled bracket and an 8 to 8.5 millimeter hole is lined up here behind it, then you can just pop a panel in and this part of that ply panel will be fastened securely. Alternatively, if you don't have a right angle bracket but you have some spare wood lying around, a 1 inch by 1 inch piece of batten you can screw into this panel here, the C pillar. I keep having to check. C pillar, you can screw a batten into that C pillar and then you can screw that panel down to it. And I can show you on the carpeting video how to basically make an invisible screw fastening beneath carpet lining. It's very easy. You literally make a slot in the carpet, peel the carpet one side or the other, screw the panel in, and then you can lay the carpet back over to create a seamless finish, but we'll go through that on the actual carpeting video. All right, so that's panel one done. I think what we'll do is go over to that back door panel. You can use the invisible trim clips and we can go from there.
Brilliant.
All right, let's do it.
That's hard. Don't film it. I don't know how to do it. Show me again.
If you've never done this before, as Domi hasn't, she's instantly asked for some gloves because it's not easy on your fingers. Right, you're going the wrong way there. Oh. You've done it, but what you want to do, let's do it once more. Take that one out. Or are you in there now?
I don't know.
Okay. There we go. So, you see on this point here, where it sticks out the most?
Yeah.
Right, that's a sharper angle than this one. So from the bottom, you hook it in, yeah? And then turn. And it is tough. and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah?
So sharp,
So the sharpest end in,
like this.
yeah, and now turn. That's it, keep going. Good. And if you are still struggling, you can use pliers or something like that.
No, that makes sense now when you said sharp. There you go, that's much easier knowing
Okay.
which way to go.
Cool.
A little bit childish now because I imagine that this is like this guy from that game
Pac-Man.
eating out this bits of wood. Suddenly a boring job is becoming quite fun. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Done.
There you go, that one's done. Brilliant. So this is the panel for that door, okay? So what you need to do is line up the panel here,
Yep.
and we will fit that last visible clip, so to speak. I'll come round so Ali can catch what we're doing. So my advice when you are fitting this clip, these clips, is that's exactly what you're doing. You want to line up as many of these holes as possible. And if it's just you doing it, what you might want to do is just, hang on Dom, you just want to give that little bang. So just one of those barbs is clipped into the metal. There you go, so that's in. Now go around the rest of the panel, just pushing them in.
Yeah. Is that the click that means that they are in?
Yep, exactly that, all right? And then if you just sort of take a fist, soft part of your hand, or use a rubber mallet, you can bang all the way around.
Okay.
Would you like me to get you a mallet just
Yes,
in case?
please. I don't want to hurt my hands.
So our taped and retaped rubber mallet. So you want to bang just on the top of it. That's it, all the way home.
I'm done.
Super, brilliant. Ta-da, you've done it, congratulations. Now, when you are doing a panel such as a sliding door, you have a line of fastenings throughout the middle. Now, what I'd recommend is before you start lining up the corners, make sure all of the middle fastenings are located first, because they're a pain to try and align once you've got the top and the side edges fastened in. You can't get your hand in and line them up. It is possible, but it's difficult and you end up scratching all your arms up, etc., etc. And there we go. That is a Ply panel fastened to your van with invisible clips. And as you can see, that one's an invisible clip here. And you can't see that there's a fastening there. And if I get you the mid-grey clip to go on that now, bear with us 1 second.
Yeah.
You're going to push that in. That's it. And then you might want to use the hammer to just put that all the way home. That's it.
Done.
All done. So you can see the difference there. Although they look smart because they're as close to matching colour as possible, I feel personally that the invisible clips are a little bit smarter. And then when it comes to removing the panel, you need to find yourself a trim tool such as this.
Yep.
With these clips, you have to get in there and individually pull each one out, and you have a risk of damaging them as well. So that bit comes out, and then that bit. Sometimes they come out together, sometimes they come out separately. But, so that's, to remove this panel, I'd have to remove all of those individually. Whereas with a panel with invisible clips on,
Oh, you just lift it.
I'm just lifting it all the way round. And then once you've got it to a point, you can actually start lifting it. However, I would recommend you use a removal tool all the way round, because there's risk of cracking the panel or damaging the paintwork, whichever. And there we go. Pop that one back in. All done. And that is how you fasten ply to the inside of your van using either invisible trim clips or the fastenings. And then we've shown you the difference there of a section that's carpeted. It's all done. All right. I've changed my mind. We're not going to fit them all today because you're just going to have to remove them all anyway. I think we've shown enough in that there are two ways of fastening the panels. We've shown that that panel, the tall full height one just over the rear wheel arch there, can be a bit of a problem, especially as we found there were no holes. So we had to drill out our own holes. align the panel, mark the holes, use a 8.5mm drill bit and you'll find that all the clips go in there really nicely. And that's it, just rinse and repeat.
So we're going to carpet them now.
The next video, we are going to be carpet lining the van. So I'm looking forward to showing you, you're looking forward to doing it.
I am, yes.
And then once it's carpeted, we can carpet. So in that video, we will be carpeting the inside of the van and carpeting the panels and then finishing up with a carpeted van.
Brilliant.
All right, there we go. Thanks once again for watching. I hope you found the information in this video valuable. If you did, please go ahead and like the video, send it to friends. If you feel that there are people out there or people you know who might benefit from the information in this video, please forward the video on. If you want to see videos much like this or you want to see the progress of this van, please be sure to click the bell, and above everything else, please subscribe to the channel. That really helps us out. Everything we've had on this video here today is available to buy from combevalleycampers.co.uk. That's the lining carpet, the ply panels, the clips, the adhesive, everything. So please go ahead, go and check in the description down below and you'll see all the links to all those products there. Any last words?
No, this is actually quite cool. I like it. I can't wait to do more.
Brilliant. Well, there we go. She's excited at last. Brilliant. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.